What are you doing here? I said, what are you doing here? Who, me? Of course, I'm talking to you. What are you doing here? I'm helping kill time in this episode of Heavenly Album Covers. You're killing time for Heavenly Album Covers? Yes, this is a very short episode, and there needs to be other things in this episode to kill time. Why, that's very interesting. Yes, we're just here killing time because this is a short episode. How many album covers does this episode feature? I don't know. Do you know? I believe there is only one album cover that is being covered in this short episode. Have we killed enough time so far? Can we go now? I believe so. And here we are. Hello and welcome anyone and everybody to Heavenly Album Covers. We're going to be looking at this particular shiny album by Jim Austin. And Jim Austin is right here. I picked this album up today at the Hollywood Capitol Records record swap meet in the parking lot of Capitol Records, the famous record company building just north of Hollywood and Vine in Hollywood, California. And they have revived the Capitol Records swap meet, the record swap meet at Capitol Records. It used to be every Sunday or every month on a Sunday throughout the 1970s, 80s, and the early 90s, I believe. And once in a while they go old school and they bring back the old Capitol Records swap meet for record trading and music trading. And that's where I was today. And that's where I picked up this Jim Austin record. And this Jim Austin record is called Live in the Desert. And it's got shrink wrap on it. So let's unshrink it. Let's be very careful with this as we unshrink it and de-shrink it. Some people call it unshrinking it, but I call it de-shrinking it. And you take your fingernail, you kind of rub it gently up the side of the record. I usually open it this way here, and you sometimes you can put your whole hand in here, but you have to be careful because you can get stuck. Your hand can get very stuck here in here if you're not careful. But we have broken the seal, and the seal is broken, and here we are. We're facing the unshrink wrapped version of Jim Austin's album Live in the Desert. And I know nothing about this album. I found it today at the Capitol Records swap meet, and it was in a kind of a modest pile of the same album. There was a pile of this album, and they were all mildewed and dusty and kind of waterlogged. I picked out the best copy I could find. I'm hoping to go back and possibly get another copy of this. And it's a very heavy record. It seems to me like it has a poster, or else the vinyl is very heavy. It just has some substance to it. So the cover here, I'm hoping and thinking that this is actually Jim Austin right here. He's wearing kind of some tie-dyed jean material costume here, a cowboy suit. He's got some indistinct brown shoes on. He has a cowboy hat, a disheveled beard. The whole photo is blurry. The whole cover is just about blurry except for the main yellow writing here. And Jim is standing by a swimming pool somewhere. There's a trash can here. I'm not sure where this is. It looks like a public swimming pool or a motel, or it's outside this branding iron steakhouse. And this is on Malea Records. It's in stereo. It's a beautiful cover. It's very odd. I immediately saw it and had to pick it up. It wasn't much, and there are other copies there, and I'm hoping that I can pick up another copy of this. But it's a very striking cover, very blurry. Compositionally, it's just a snapshot. It's just a quick photograph of a scene here. I'm not sure which desert this is recorded at. This was recorded at, and maybe the title is Live in the Desert. Maybe Jim Austin wants everybody to live in the desert. And this lettering here is just really amazing, really nice, really sharp. And let's look on the back. There's not much on the back flip side. Very simple. There are some kind of poetic liner notes here talking about Jim Austin and how he's a beginner, he's a newcomer, and he's on Malea Records. He's reaching the hearts of people and music fans, and his songs are sincere. He's appreciated by other musicians like Jimmy Bryant, Randy Harris, Doug McGuinness, and Jim's performances are wonderful. And Malea Records is really happy that Jim Austin is on their label. This is signed by someone named S. Womack, and I'm not sure who that is. There's a little bit of shrink wrap up here. And so let's look inside and see. Let's find out why this record is so heavy. I have no idea, but I think the record is just plain heavy. There's nothing else in here. No poster, no inserts, but it's quite a heavy slab of vinyl here. And hopefully the vinyl's in good condition. It's thick vinyl. You need to, and you should always, hold your records very carefully by the very tip-top edges, just so you don't get your finger oil on here. Finger oil can damage newly opened records, so you have to be careful. Hold your albums really carefully throughout their lives. And this has a little check mark on the label. Maybe it's a piece of vinyl. No. And it's real simple. Malea Records presents Live in the Desert by Jim Austin. And let's pop this on to the heavenly record player here. I'm not sure what we're gonna get. I haven't heard this. I have no idea what it sounds like. Let's play it.
I don't want to see old friends that might come walking in. I'd rather they all think I'm not at home. Let them think I'm in a barroom where the music's playing loud. You'd better stop and listen. You'll be doing half of the missing. You'll find out when you and I are through. But still, I just won't let it hurt. From New Year till December, the things we did.
Sounds like Jim has a very pleasant voice. His voice is mixed up very loud in the mix.
I've learned to miss you, listen to you. Things that I'd like to tell you about right now. I just got the word that they have a fan club started for me, and I'm so happy about that. And a little girl called Shawneen, which is going to be the president of it. Janice is the vice president of it, and I believe we have the secretary-treasurer, that's Sharon. And if any of you people would like to find out more about this, all you have to do is drop a card or a letter to. We're going to have an old camp meeting like we had a long time ago. Gonna be shouting and singing, gonna last a day or so.
And it's a very pleasant sounding album and a very pleasant Jim Austin voice there. Sounds like he does a little bit of comedy also. And so that's the record. It's a really heavy-duty record. It weighs several ounces there. And this is the cover. And this is the album called Jim Austin Live in the Desert. Or maybe it's called Jim Austin Live in the Desert.